There's a place in Europe where time seems to move in two opposite directions, where 12th century golden churches reflect the light of the sunset next to glass skyscrapers, where the scent of homemade borscht blends with the aroma of specialty coffee in ultramodern venues. A country that many know only through the news, but which hides a beauty so intense it takes your breath away. You are about to discover Ukraine as you have never imagined it. Imagine walking the streets of Lviv at dusk. Gas lamps flicker along the rain-slicked cobblestones. The sound of a violin escapes from an open window, and suddenly you understand. This city has a soul. It's not just Baroque architecture and historic cafes. It's something deeper, something that draws you in without asking permission. But that's not all. And yet, there's more. What you are about to discover will surprise you even further. The city that breathes history. Kyiv is not merely old. It is layered like a palimpsest where every era has left its indelible mark. The green and golden domes of the Pechersk Lavra Monastery shine above the Dnipro River, while underground, tunnels dug 1,000 years ago by Orthodox monks snake beneath. The contrast is visceral. Above, the dazzling sunlight caressing the golden surfaces. Below, the damp coolness of the catacombs where naturally mummified bodies rest, silent witnesses to centuries of faith and resilience. Cross the city and you find yourself in Maidan Square, where the weight of recent history is palpable. Observe the hands of a grandmother weaving a flower wreath for the Ivan Kapala festival, a pagan summer solstice that has survived for millennia. Her gestures are precise, handed down for generations, while her granddaughter next to her scrolls through TikTok on her phone. No contradiction, just continuity. Listen to the Bessarabka market in Kyiv at 6 in the morning. Voices shouting prices mix with the pungent smell of fresh dill, buckwheat honey dark as amber, and porcini mushrooms gathered in the Carpathian forests. An elderly vendor offers you a taste of salo, spiced pork fat, with a smile that holds all the generosity of a culture that considers hospitality a sacred duty. In the Carpathians, the landscape changes register. Here, nature dominates with primordial forces. Mountains covered in fir forests where wolves and bears still live, wooden villages where houses seem to grow directly from the earth, and air so pure it burns your lungs. In winter, everything is covered in dazzling snow. In summer, the meadows explode into expanses of wildflowers that sway in the wind like a colored ocean. The women, strength and beauty. But nothing truly prepares you for an encounter with Ukrainian women. Their beauty is not merely aesthetic, defined Slavic features, light eyes that seem to reflect infinite skies, hair that catches the light. It is the expression of something more substantial. There is a Ukrainian word, vytrivalist, which means resilience, perseverance, the ability to endure the unendurable without breaking. This quality is legible on their faces, in the way they walk the streets with unwavering dignity, in the way they raise their children, teaching them to dance even when the storm rages outside. In the traditional sense, Ukrainian women embody roles as guardians of culture. They cook dishes that require hours of preparation, embroider vyshyvanki, traditional shirts with geometric patterns that tell stories, and pass down folk songs dating back to pre-Christian times. But simultaneously, they are scientists, programmers, entrepreneurs, artists who redefine the boundaries of the possible. Look at a young woman in Kyiv. She wears an elegant suit, carries a designer bag, but on her wrist, she has a bracelet woven by her grandmother. She speaks 3 languages, works at a tech startup, but on Saturday, she prepares vareniki, stuffed dumplings, following the family recipe passed down for 5 generations. It is not contradiction, it is integration. It is the ability to embrace modernity without denying roots, to be global while remaining deeply local. In the Carpathian villages, women keep a rustic and powerful elegance alive. They wake up at dawn, work the land, tend to the animals, yet for festivals, they wear hand-embroidered dresses of breathtaking beauty. Their faces bear the marks of work and time, but also a quiet pride, the awareness of being an essential link in an unbroken chain. The relationships they establish are direct, sincere, and without artifice. There is no room for superficiality. Life has taught them to recognize what is valuable and not to waste time on the rest. They laugh deeply, love intensely, protect fiercely. They are mothers who raise children, teaching them both tenderness and courage. Partners who share responsibilities and decisions equally. Friends whose loyalty is absolute. The truth no one ever told. Here is the secret you only discover by living there. Ukraine is not a country of contrasts, but of synthesis. It is not divided between past and future, tradition and modernity, east and west. It is all of these together, simultaneously, at every moment. Suffering and joy coexist. Destruction and creation walk hand in hand. Scars become part of the beauty, not its negation. In the underground shelters of the cities, during the dark hours, people sing. They organize film screenings, hold concerts, celebrate birthdays. Above, the buildings might shake, but below, irreducible life pulses. This is Ukrainian resilience, not surviving despite everything, but living fully precisely because everything can end in an instant. And now, what will you do? Will you continue to look at Ukraine only through newspaper headlines, or will you choose to know its true soul? This country awaits you with its golden churches and its scars, its sunflower fields and its rebuilt cities, its millennia-old traditions and its future ambitions. It awaits you with its extraordinary women, who will teach you that true beauty does not fear time or storms, but is strengthened by them. There is a Ukrainian proverb, Doki, as long as there is life, there is hope. But they have turned it around. As long as there is hope, there is life. And in Ukraine, hope never dies. So, which detail struck you the most? The resilience of a people who dance while the world shakes, or the discovery that true beauty is born precisely where the future and the past confront each other in a city you never imagined? Would you like me to translate another text for you? Or perhaps search for information about any of the places or traditions mentioned in the text?